Oh, welcome to the Spice of Life variety show. We love you, and we want you to know that we think you're very, very special because God created you to be very special. You're unique all by yourself. We bring you greetings from the West Angeles Church of God in Christ, where Bishop Charles E. Blake is our pastor, along with his wife, Mrs. May Blake. Certainly, we want you to grab your pen and your paper, because you probably want to jot down our contact information at the end of the show. We invite your prayer requests. We invite your short comments. If you want to contact our very special guest that we're going to introduce, then email us or fax us, call us, and we'll love to do the hookup. So welcome to our show, and sit back. You will be informed. Well, I know that you know my very, very special co-host, Evangelist Pamela Webb, who's here with us. Pamela, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing, Dr.
I'm
Lewis?
doing well. I love you.
You're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
You preached a great message on Sunday.
Oh, you're so, I'm sending you a check in the mail.
I know you will. But you had talked about Sunday about serving, being a servant.
Right.
And God is so good that he gives us help whenever we need it.
Hallelujah.
Whatever challenge there is in our lives, there is help for us.
Yes.
So our topic is thank God for help.
Thank God for help.
Yes.
And you know what? To share this topic with us, and really to share what her
she knows.
what her servanthood is our own dear. I am drawing a blank. Help me out. Ferline McKinley.
Yeah.
Come on, you know your name. Help a sister out. Don't be sitting there looking at me.
Ferline McKinley.
Right, exactly. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me,
We are so happy
Doctor.
to have
Yes,
you.
yes.
And the thing about it, like Pamela, like you said, thank God for help.
Yes.
You are in a position to help many people.
Yes.
And we want to know exactly those areas, because we know that we can also be helped, and our audience can also be helped.
Absolutely.
And so we want to get into the show and find out your area of ministry, because really it is ministry.
Yes, it
It is
is.
helping.
Yes, it is.
Now, we have this CWCA that you are a part of. What is CWCA?
Well, Doctor stands for the California Women's Commission on Addictions, and we are a grassroots organization. We help women, families, and the youth.
Oh my goodness. A variety of individuals.
Yes.
So thank God really for help for all areas.
Yes.
Now, what kind of programs do you have?
We have right now currently a Latinas leadership program, which helps the population of our Hispanic. We have a Black Women's Media Project program that I'm the program coordinator, which helps our African American families. We also have a CARA project program, which helps the children of alcohol recovering adults.
So now, as far as the Latino program that you have and African American program you have, are there similarities? Are there differences?
Well, the Latino program is like a 12-week program, and they cover a variety of different subjects, from domestic violence, from alcohol and drug abuse. They cover self-esteem, communication. The African American program, which was initiated in 1987, we help African American families who also have issues with substance abuse, but we try to help not the community, we try to help the community but not have them glamorize the alcohol advertisements and the tobacco advertisements near the candy and milk sections of the store. So we try to make it very safe for our children, for our women, for our families, for our communities.
Okay.
How did you become involved with this program? How did you become involved?
Believe it or not, one of my brothers in my church was cleaning out the back of my car.
Okay.
And I came across a flyer from CWCA
Wow.
when they had the tobacco coalition project. So I said, hey, let me call them up and just see. And so I called them up, and they told me that they no longer have the Tobacco Coalition Project, but that they do have a position available for the Black Women's Media Project and the CARE Project. And that's how I actually got started about 5 years ago.
Now, and you said that this organization has been established since when?
Since 1974, the California Women's Commission on Addictions has been established. They were part of a grassroots women organization that got together and said, look, we want to help our women get into recovery. Because 30 years ago, they just had programs for the men. They had hospitals and psychiatric institutes for the men, but they didn't have anything for the women and for the women children.
Okay.
So they got together and they coalition, and they have been very successful in my recovery as well, because I'm actually a product
Oh, wow.
from one of those women's institutions
Yes, okay.
where I was able to be come into a program pregnant and was able to get the services.
Wow.
And today I stand as a 16-year sober member.
16 years.
Congratulate you,
yes.
girl.
Thank
That
you.
is an awesome
Yeah.
testimony.
So CWCA has, been beneficial in my life and many women and families' lives. And currently we do help the community with volunteers. We help women get them back in the job market and help them get their resumes together. We don't have the men feel left out. If they call us, we also help them as far as getting them maybe placed in the drug and alcohol program, or get them placed as far as helping them find work. So we are just an organization that's all about helping people and, helping them get back on their feet.
Your life speaks of the testimony that it can be done, and that there is life beyond addiction.
Yes.
Because, like you said, 16 years, that's a long time.
Yes.
So
And it's only been one day at a time, doctor. One day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. But God definitely has the glory in that. And also I went back to school too, which is
Girl.
very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went back to school and got my master's degree. So this
See?
has helped me to be able to be part of CWCA as well.
And that's what we want our audience to know. We want our audience to know that from whichever position in life they are, they can start from that point and go forward. And your life, and of course Pamela, and of course definitely my life is a testimony that that down and out God can pick you up, because none of us flew in here on with the perfect life. None of us flew in here with no issues. We all what the successful people today. And when we say successful, meaning people who are pressing forward and going beyond what they are, what could hold them back, are people who have gone beyond what could hold them back.
Yes.
Because as long as we have use an excuse, we'll always have an excuse.
Right.
But we have to step over those excuses. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to proclaim
sheets,
16
right.
years of being free and neither having your masters. Those are not little small victories.
No.
Absolutely. And I thank God. Believe me, every day, every single day. My heart goes out to the families that I do see on the street, that are suffering from this disease. And that's why my organization is for to help those families.
Right.
And so our coalition right now that we're fighting for is to stop the stores and the convenience stores and liquor stores to stop putting these beautiful images of these beautiful women of color to sell their alcohol, to sell their tobacco, because it gives our kids mixed messages.
Right.
They come in and they see that and they think it's really okay.
Right.
Right.
And it has been proven, studies have been made that says, hey, these kind of advertisements do affect you.
Yes.
So I'm just so grateful to be here, just to let the people know that our organization is here to help you. If you have any family members, or if you're struggling with the disease of addiction yourself, we're here to help you.
So what are the qualifications for getting that help from your organization?
Well, they just have to call us up, okay, and we would be able to refer them out.
Okay.
If we can't help them ourselves personally, we also will give them, extra resources to help them.
Okay.
So no matter what, we definitely will help them.
Your children, where do you get the children from? Are these children of your of the class, or are these foster children or referral children? Where do they come?
they come from, sometimes the social workers call us to get our information. Parents, foster parents call needing help and resources to help their children.
And what's the age group that you deal with?
Basically from 10 on up.
Okay.
But if they are younger children, we refer them out to other organizations. But usually we service 10-year-olds on up.
Oh, really? Isn't that amazing?
Okay.
10 years old and on up.
Yes.
And so now, the different facets of your program. Now, you good things come out of Compton, right?
Yes.
Can I get a 5?
Yes.
Good things come out of Compton, California.
Yes,
Because that's where y'all come out of, Compton, California.
Where our main office is in Compton, California.
Okay.
We do have an office in Van Nuys.
Okay.
And so we're right in the heart of Compton.
Okay.
And good things, yes, do come out of Compton. I'm a witness to that.
Well, we're looking at a byproduct of that. Now, your organization, what else do you want to share about your organization with us?
Well, let's see. Talked about the Black Women's Media Project, talked about the Leaders Latinas Project, the volunteer program. I think
Okay.
we touched a little bit
Okay.
about that program. The CARA program, which we talked about the children of recovering alcoholic adults. I guess my passion is the Black Women's Media Project,
Okay.
because
All right.
that's what my job is. And again, we just finished Inglewood, city of Inglewood,
Okay.
and went to the board there and talked to the council members. And we actually was supported by one of the council members that came out and actually honored a store, made it very safe for the children. When you walk into that store, there's no alcohol, drug advertisements near the candy or milk sections.
Great.
Outside of the store, there's signs saying no loitering, no open can alcoholic containers open.
right.
And so that's my passion. And Inglewood is where I'm from.
your-
From the wood. And so, that's really my passion. And we were so grateful for that store owner to make it safe, because he was one of there was another store in Inglewood that we had surveyed out of the 24 stores, and we were able to get him, and they presented him with a beautiful award, just letting him know that Inglewood appreciates him for making it safe for the children. Right now I'm currently working in Gardena.
All right.
And Gardena is sentimental to me as well, even though I actually didn't live in Gardena. But I used to be a cheerleader in Gardena at a high school.
You going full
The
circle.
captain.
All right.
So I have, passion for Gardena as
right,
well.
all
And
right.
we are currently getting ready to have our second press conference, because we
Okay.
did one in Inglewood.
Okay.
And we're going to have our second press conference in Gardena, and we're really looking forward to it. We have some dynamic keynote speakers that are going to just come out and just share their heart to the community about how these ads that they glamorize alcohol, really does affect the community. And if you remember here, maybe a couple years ago, there were a lot of these ads
Of course.
posted everywhere. And
Right.
my organization is part of the organization, along with other organizations and coalitions that fought together to get those billboards down. Because you don't find it in other communities. You go to Torrance, you go out to Beverly Hills, the Marina. You don't find those type of advertising.
Do you find now the resistance that comes from business owners? What has your experience been in that area?
Well, our results and the data that we collected, we can honestly say that about 3% of the owners were very cooperative. They've actually took down the advertisements, about 3%.
Wow.
So, and there's 50% that agreed to kind of maybe make some changes, and then another about 47% said that they would look into maybe doing it. And but there were the 10%, I'm sorry, there was 10% that didn't have any advertisements at all, which we're very happy about that.
Okay.
And so we're saying, yes, it
This is
can
what-
be done.
yes,
Okay.
We can make our community safe. So, we're just hoping that the community, when you go into these convenience stores, because we shop there, we have to go in, we have to go get
Exactly.
gas or
Exactly.
milk or run in and get some water, whatever, we have a right to tell the people, take that sign down from there. What does that represent?
Right.
And one of the where we're going to have our next conference at is right by a store that wasn't surveyed.
Okay.
But inside that store, they have a picture of Martin Luther King poster.
Okay.
And on one side, they're advertising some type of alcoholic beverage, and on the other side, another alcoholic beverage. So we're saying, this is what the kids come in and they see this, and they're saying, hey, I have a dream. But the dream is not to, indulge yourself in alcohol.
Right.
So the owner was friendly and told me that, he would possibly make some changes. He did take down one. Actually, he didn't take it down in front of me, but he told me that he would take it down, which was right by the candy section of the store. And so, and our children, they go in and out of these stores when they get out of school,
Right.
So that's my passion.
Okay.
My passion is to really fight for these type of advertisements to not exist.
What do you think generated your passion in this area?
Well, because I'm in recovery myself.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer. Okay.
And I'm not saying, hey, stop drinking. People are going to do what they want to do. We're just saying, don't have those advertisements by, fruits and vegetables and milk and soda, and keep them over where you sell your alcohol at.
Right.
That's all that we're saying. And you remember the little candy cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, with the
that's
little,
right.
those candy cigarettes.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about those. Yes, right.
And now they're starting to make candies out of, marijuana type of leaves and things. They're just really catering, trying to get our youth involved. They even had a candy syringe in one of the stores. This was in Los Angeles. And one of the members in the community, he said, look, you got to take that out of there right now. Okay.
Wow.
It was a candy syringe. So what are we telling our kids?
Yeah, exactly.
What are we really saying to them?
And then because it's, our children will only become what we produce in them, and then when they turn around and not only endanger themselves but the community, we won't be able to fault anybody but our own selves.
Right.
Because this is what we raised up.
Yes.
And this is the messages that we sent forth.
Absolutely.
What now? How many would you think that your organization has serviced in since you have been in existence? Or maybe, and I know that's maybe a tough question.
I mean, we probably help so many people that we don't even know we help. Okay.
That's powerful.
Because we pass out literature and information at fairs.
Okay.
There's actually been people that have come up to me and said, thank you for the information you had gave me. I don't remember but they remember me.
Right.
And thank you. My nephew was able to get help. Or, a cousin of mine, is sober today, and I'm like, wow.
And that's a good thing about servanthood, because these are people that you interact with. You don't know who they're passing information on to.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so really and truly, you'll never know the impact of your reaching out and success.
Right. And this organization, we like I said, we go to a lot of different fairs, a lot of different trainings and meetings, so we get to network with other agencies.
Okay.
And sometimes, if we can help you, we'll send you to one of our networking agencies, and vice versa. And that's really what it's all about. It's about us coming together, and even with the churches now, we're coming together and we're helping each other out now. We're just making it possible so that everyone can be able to benefit. And it doesn't matter if you're white, black, brown, or yellow.
Whoever needs help, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, go on, Pamela.
So did you ever think that you would be in this position as a young girl?
When I grew up, I wanted to be a psychiatrist. Okay. That was that. I had a little bank where you put a little dime in, where the person is laying on the couch.
So that was
and I said, wow, that's an easy way to make money. Just come on the couch and put a dime in. So this is what I had initially wanted to be. And of course, with all the math classes and science, and then boys came into the picture. So I went into sociology, which is still working with people and helping people. I really love people. I love working with them. I love talking to them. And being a substance abuse counselor, that's what my expertise is in. I'm able to help people more. And but I never thought that I would be working in recovery in this aspect. So I know it's truly God, God-given, and just how I found out about CWCA is God-given.
Yes, that is.
Isn't that amazing?
By cleaning out the car. Someone else cleans out the car, and there's the flyer.
Yes. Now, what about your point of deliverance? Because we know that there are people who are still afflicted with addictions and et cetera. What would you say to that individual who's yet on the other side of addiction, battling? Of course, you want to be free, but I don't want to be free because I don't want to stop. But I want to be free, but I don't want to stop. What would you say to that individual who's battling with knowing what they're doing is not right, not healthy, only destructive? What would you say to that individual who's yet addicted?
To that individual, I would say definitely to the individual's family, don't stop praying for that person. Because I can truly say that I'm here from prayers from my family.
Wow.
And for that individual, if they with all their heart, continue to call on the Lord, continue to say, God, help me. I can't do this. They will definitely be delivered. Because that's what happened to me. I had what do you call it? What they call it in the program where you have this obsession. That's what it is. That obsession came over me to go take a drink, and it was like, I said, God, you've got to help me because I had nothing. I was homeless. I was helpless. I was just, and I didn't want it to do it no more. But the obsession was, saying, go and get a drink. Go get one. You need that. And I remember saying, Lord God, just please, God, please remove this. And I have not had an obsession like that since 16 years, and it was the cry sincerely. Okay, it wasn't the fake one. Oh God, help me, get me out of the situation, which I've had thousands of those before. Oh God,
been there.
Don't let the police take me to jail, Lord.
Exactly.
Don't let them hurt me, God.
Exactly.
But this was a sincere, deep inside prayer.
You got tired of being sick and tired.
Yes, because I always believed in God, and most people, they've had a rough time. I thank God I came from a family where, I had a good life. It was a choice that I made. The people that I hung out with, and the peer pressure, and just, wanting to please people and wanting to be the best that caused me to go into the addiction. But a lot of people have some serious issues, and the drugs and alcohol just help cover that up. So my suggestion to that individual is just keep reaching out to God. I had a cigarette addiction as well, and I remember a friend used to say, well, just say, this one's for you, God. This one's for you, and just plan and get on your knees, and I would pray, God, and light my cigarette, right there on the side of the bed. And, one time I just said, I got a lot of pain in my system. And I said, God, if you won't let me crave a cigarette, I won't put one to my mouth. And just talking to him, just like I'm talking to you right now.
That's what it is.
I said, God, because if I crave that cigarette, I'm gonna take it because I've done gave up the alcohol and drugs, and I just have to hold on to my cigarettes.
Hold on to something. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And so, he didn't let me crave it, and I kept my end of the bargain. I didn't put one to my lips, and of course the enemy would have cigarettes laying on the ground, and just
like nothing.
So for the individual, just really sincerely continue to ask God to help you, and and right now, if you're looking at this program, call us up and we'll be able to help you.
Ferlene, the Lord has really done an excellent work in you.
Thank you, God.
How is CWCA funded?
We accept donations. We accept
Because it's tax deductible.
Yes, we're a nonprofit organization, so most of our money does come from the county of
Okay.
Los Angeles.
Okay.
And with all the cutbacks that we had, state-wise, we're not getting as much funding as we used to get.
Okay.
So any kind of monetary benefits that you can
Yeah.
help us with,
Yeah.
we are more than happy.
Okay.
We do some, used to do a lot of fundraisers in the past, but right now, since we're a very small organization, we don't get an opportunity to do fundraisers because they're not cost effective.
Isn't it wonderful to know if there's help available?
Yes.
And what makes it so special is that you've been there, and so you know from the beginning to the end of that there's help available.
Yes,
huh?
it is. Yes.
And now let me ask you this, because we're down to the last. What are some of your future objectives in a nutshell?
Well, I would love to have a TV program like yours.
That's possible. Okay. That's possible. Okay. That's done. Okay. What else would you like?
I would like to be able to have a facility for the elderly, for the youth, as well as for, single mothers or even single men now. That's a new growing family, is a single men are stepping up and taking care of their children. I would like to be able to have a place for them to come and get educated, be able to come and have a good time and have fun. So that's a building or institution I would like to see made and possibly here when the good Lord takes me on home. So that's
Good Jesus. Because again, you're talking about helping somebody.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we can also continue to say thank God for help. You know?
Yes.
Pamela, you have anything you want to say?
No, nothing else. But would you just like to have a shout out to someone that's precious to you?
My
Your
mother.
Yeah.
My mother, my mama, she knows, and my beautiful daughter.
All right.
Serenity,
Yeah.
I love you.
Oh.
And to my dad, who's definitely inspiration in my life. I'm his namesake.
Okay.
I'm named after him. He's Farley G. McKinney, and I'm Farlene Grace McKinney.
Oh, wow.
So,
It doesn't get any closer than that, huh?
no,
family.
no.
Okay, we're down to the last moment of the show.
Okay.
What will be your last comment to us or final thought? Anything you want to say?
Just that, Jesus is definitely Lord, and He's real. And I just thank Him for this opportunity.
Oh,
Sweet.
to you, our viewing audience, as we indicated, thank God for help.
Yes.
Whatever kind of help is needed, I guarantee you it's out in society. All we have to do is seek help. And if the person who you're seeking doesn't know, it's always can be referrals on to somebody. You can get the hookup because no need to stand in the situation that we are in. So whatever situation you find yourself, reach out and find help. Thank God for help. We love you. Take care of yourself. Until next time, don't forget, we love you. Thank you.